Hi. I am so excited to see you today. My name is Suzanne Castle. This is your free Training Tuesday segment where in 10 minutes or less, we are just really jamming and rocking on how to make our life, our business just a little bit better. And I've been thinking a lot about burnout from life to business as things are happening again and we're coming back out of COVID, whatever that means, and wherever you are. There seems to be a lot of manic kind of ways of being in the world and showing up. And I don't want us to be manic. And so I think today I'd like to start with the question, are you on the verge of business burnout? Are you on the verge of life burnout? There are some signs that will show you that that might be where you are. You know, burnout is a very real problem, especially for solopreneurs, very small business owners. And even though partnerships can have their ups and downs, at least when you have a partnership, you have someone else to handle some of the stress and responsibility, especially when some kind of tragedy shows up or you're not feeling your very best. But solopreneurs are all by themselves, and they feel the entire weight of their success on their lone shoulders. Lots of nonprofit leaders feel this same space. And this large responsibility often leads these business owners to work 14 plus hours a day. Are you feeling me? Is that you? Let me know if you're here live or replay, and just hit me with a little heart or a like. Let me know where you're watching from. When you're working that many hours, you lose track of what's happening at home with your families, with your friends, with your life. I know that was my world. I routinely was working 18, 19, even 20 hours. I would fall asleep on my computer. I would come back at it the next day because I always just felt like there was more and more and more to do. I'm not saying I don't work 14-hour days now. I structure it a little bit differently. When I have a big project or when I'm all by myself because my family is away, I might structurally set higher work hours so that when they're here, I'm working 4 or 5 hours a day. It's a different way of being, but focusing is so much a part of the problem. And when you're focusing your attention only on your business, only on how you're showing up, you are really not making wise decisions in your entire life, especially around your health. And if you want to achieve a work-life balance, which we hear so much about that makes you and your family happy, then there are some strategic steps that you need to take. And even if you're single, making time for self-care and relaxation will improve your overall health and your mental well-being. So I want to talk today about some signs to look for that indicate that you might be headed toward a burnout. So the first one is insomnia. If your brain can't shut down because you're consumed with work, your sleep pattern will be disrupted. So anybody feeling me on this? I got to say, today, I had this problem. I went to bed at 1:45 in the morning. At 5 o'clock, I woke up. I just had a lot. I have a lot in front of me today, and it's just playing in my head, that ticker tape that goes along the bottom. Anybody else like that? I feel like I got a stock market brain, right? Just constant. And when you have that pattern, it's going to leave you disrupted. You can be overtired, which when you're driving overtired, it's just like driving when you've had alcohol in your system. You might lack energy. You might have frenetic energy. You possibly lack the mental energy to make wise business decisions. So sleep is an important part of health, and sleep is an important part of battling business and life burnout. So it's okay to take a break. And if you can't fall asleep, it's okay to just rest. Watch something on TV. Go take a walk outside. Give yourself a break. Your brain needs that mental switch, that pattern interrupt to help you show up as your very best self. Procrastination is another sign. So if you're cringing at the length of your daily to-do list, by the way, I do lots of training on to-do lists. We need to do another one, obviously. So maybe your tasks excited you, but now you just want to throw the covers over your head, right? Or crawl on a rock or be like, oh, I'll get to that when it's an absolute emergency the day before it's due, right? Procrastination, though, it leads to missed deadlines. It leads to missed opportunities. If your email is constantly flooded and you're not getting back to people, you're not taking care of it, you're not deleting things, you're not sending it to the person that it's supposed to go, you're not doing something with that email every day, there are opportunities that are being lost to promote yourself, your business, to show up in the best way, to help you maintain an adequate calendar that lets you show up in the space with the right amount of time that you need. And that's all about procrastination because you're not dealing with it when you're supposed to be dealing with it. Fatigue may sound like insomnia, but it's different. So fatigue is our third sign of business burnout. The human body is only capable of handling so much stress on limited sleep. Now, certainly you've heard the phrase burning the candle at both ends, right? That's what happens when you work yourself to the bone and don't give your body and brain enough time to recover before you start another high stress day. At some point, your body and your mind are going to want to give up. This causes severe fatigue, possibly other illnesses. It does help your immune system not stay activated at the level it needs to above the wellness line, and that will keep you from showing up in your business and your life. So fatigue is something that is real and you need to take care of it. You need to have playtime. You need to have relaxation time. You need to have break time. It is not healthy to be in that environment, no matter if you think you have to. If you have to, your systems aren't in the right space. Oh, we can talk about that too. The fourth sign of that you might be facing burnout is changes in your appetite. Now, I always find this one really fascinating. For some people, stress causes you to overeat, right? We've always heard like you eat a whole roll of cookie dough or ice cream, or you go and eat a big thing of French fries, right? For others, stress reduces your appetite. Which one is it for you? And are you noticing that? Are you paying attention to that? Neither extreme is good for your body. For optimal health and mental clarity. See, that's the thing here. We always just think about weight, right? And how we're showing up physically, but this is about mental health as well. So for mental clarity, you need to take a lunch break away from your desk. Go do something else. In fact, maybe you can eat and then take a little walk and get oxygen moving in your body. You need to choose natural, healthy food choices instead of fast food items. Maybe meal planning is the thing for you. You need to plan ahead and have the things near you, or batch meal prep or whatever it is, so that you can give yourself the appetite suppressants that you need that actually also fuel your body in the way that it's needed. Our fifth and final sign of business burnout is anxiety. Okay. We could do lots of training on this. I know it's a thing. Okay. Now, when I'm talking about anxiety, I'm talking about burnout-induced anxiety. I'm talking about medical conditions. Okay. PTSD is real, right? People have panic attacks. It's real. I'm not talking about that. Okay. I'm talking about burnout-induced anxiety. High stress causes anxiety. Let that sit in you for just a minute. Now, when you are in a high stress environment and you start to have that kind of anxious response that comes out of your parasympathetic nervous system, it can cause crippling fear. It can cause other physical symptoms, including feeling like you have a heart attack, right? It can cause your joints to ache. It can your breathing patterns change. And keep in mind, there is a difference between the anxiety you feel when you're stepping out of your comfort zone, right? Versus stress-induced anxiety that just never seems to go away. That's what I'm talking about. Just that general level of all the time, right? So I want you to think about it as this. As a business owner, a business leader, if you're not physically able to run your business, if you're not physically able to do your job, what happens to it? Chances are you'd have to close your doors, you'd lose your job, maybe streams of income that you currently have will disappear. So I want us to avoid that happening. I want you to be able to take care of your whole body, mind, and spirit. Okay, that's what, somebody told me the other day that I'm a holistic coach, meaning that I'm not just a business consultant coach, and I'm not just a life coach. I really look internally and externally at the systems and processes that are helping us show up in a holistic, healthy way. So I want you to take time to relax. I want you to get outdoors and breathe in some fresh air. I want you to be able to unplug for a whole weekend and live in the moment with your family. I want you to be able to reconnect with old friends. I want you to start a hobby. The choices are limitless. Now, here is what I know. I think it is time that we all come together and help each other live a better life in this way. So I want you to follow those 5 tips to notice if you have some of the signs of burnout, so that we can begin to tackle them together, and you can Google things to help you. And again, just take a big break. Okay, I want to check out the comments real quick. I'm glad that you're here with us. So thank you. Oh, Lori, yes, you found that there's always something else to do. Yeah. There's always something. There's always something you didn't get done, right? Yeah. And thanks, Lori. Yeah. Procrastination. Yep. I'm all about the needling. Well, here's the thing. I am putting together a free workshop, and I'm going to put the link in the chat, and you'll have that. And if you just go to strategicselfcare.live, it's July 28th at noon Central. It's free. It will be a little bit less than an hour, so you can get in and out in your lunch, or if you're sometime else. Yes, there will be a replay before you ask, but if you're on live, I'm going to answer some live questions. And of course, I give away goodies to people that show up live. And strategicselfcare.live. So this is just a workshop that's gained to this entire topic of self-care. I've discovered changes in my own business and my mindset once I started taking care of myself and living outside of this that is my office, right? So 5 ways to practice regular self-care, even if you think you don't have the time, is what I'm calling it. And I promise you don't need to dedicate hours a day, and you don't need to make any pricey purchases. I'm going to help you in a free way. So all you have to do is show up on July the 28th at noon, and from the privacy of your office or your home. And I want you to grab your seat today. Again, the link will be below in the email, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. This is your Training Tuesday. Take care.